Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome back to Divisive Movie Month. And boy, do I have a doozy for you guys this time. It's a 2007 movie action crime thriller starring Timothy Olyphant. Yes, I know a lot of people are not, he's a very divisive actor. I can see him be a hit or miss actor. This is the movie based on a video game that he did, and it is the first Hitman. Yeah, I will get to this. I will get to why I don't hate this movie, even though I know it's as divisive as a lot of other video game movies. But I wanted to get to this one. I saw this movie a few months ago, and I wanted to get to it. Top notch action, dazzling gunplay, and lots of fireworks. Maxim. The problem with the DVD is that there's no commentary, which is kind of weird because this movie was in theaters. It wasn't direct to video. This film it came out in 2017. It was directed in 2007. Excuse me, directed by Xavier Gens. I don't know what else he's done, but thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, I don't hate this movie. I know a lot of people do, but considering that I've seen a lot worse than this from the 90s and the early 2000s, Max Payne is worse than this. At least this movie has the balls to be R, and it has a fast pace. It's short. It's only 94 minutes. Yeah, the director is a French director. I've never heard of his stuff. Yeah, so I'm not going to get to the director, but I never played the games of this, guys. So maybe the people that played the game were pissed. When it came out, it was PG-13. Now it got an unrated version, and it is definitely unrated. I mean, the film starts with a bunch of African guys using a machete and cutting a guy's arm off. Yeah, that's the kind of movie you're getting. If you're not for that, then it's going to disturb you. There's things I didn't like in the movie as well, but I'll get to that. Timothy Olyphant's fine in the role. He shows emotion. He's cold and calculating. He's an anti-hero, and he does the best he can. Olga Kurylenko is beautiful. I like looking at her. She's a decent character. She's not horrible. And I do like the action sequences. They're very bloody and intense. And before Deadpool, these are the kind of movies we got, guys. It was a hit. It was critically not well received, but it was a financial success. It made 99 million on a budget of 24. The sequel I didn't even bother with. The Agent 47, I didn't even bother with it because I heard it was even worse. Because you have a guy that looks like a bald Orlando Bloom that can't act, and it's even worse than this one. At least this one is an actual film, not a freaking Audi commercial. Yes, Skip Woods is one of the writers of this. He's not a good writer. I know that, guys. But this one is not as horrible as X-Men Origins Wolverine. At least this movie is fast-paced. And the dialogue is not as bad as other films I've seen him do. Uh, there are problems. Like there's a rape scene, a sexual assault scene that I don't like where Orla Kurylenko, we get to see her beautiful body. Not a problem for me. But then they lash her. They like tie her up and they beat her. That's a little bit too mean spirited. I thought that was not needed. You could have cut that out. Skip Woods, you got some weird fetishes. Also, I thought Douglas Scott kind of sucked as the villain. I thought he was underwhelming. This guy is the same villain from Mission Impossible 2, just in an R-rated movie, and he just did nothing for me. And some of the other cast members, besides Oliphant and Orla Kurylenko, are forgettable. And because who else you got in the movie? You got Robert Nepper as Yuri Markelov, some Russian guy. You got Ulrich Thompson as Mikhail Belikov, and you have Henry Ian Cusick as Udrey Belikov. Yeah, a bunch of actors I never heard of. So it was never going to win for Best Picture, guys. It's not winning awards. It knows what it is, and it is divisive because if you played the games, then you probably hate this movie. But I don't blame you. But if you're like me that was looking for like a mindless action movie with some gunplay, with some R-rated violence, movie has about the same amount of violence as Joker, but of course has a better film. It's better written. This doesn't have Skip Woods, and it's got a director I've actually heard of. But this is not horrible. If you hate it, I can understand if you played the game, or if you're not a fan of this actor, or if you don't like senseless violence. I get it. I get that. But for a 94-minute action movie, went by quick. It wasn't painless, but that scene with Erla Kurylenko in the flashback is a little bit too much for me. But her and Timothy Olyphant are fine together. She's not a horrible character. She had more to do here Then in Quantum of Solace, I don't remember what she did. She was just hot and was in the sun a lot. That's all I remember. But the story is interesting. Basically, let me see the story here. Filming, release, the plot. Yeah, at a remote compound, a group of young boys are receiving tattoos of barcodes on the back of their heads, shaved. Men observe, direct, and coordinate the training of the boys in firearms, unarmed combat, stamina, and strength. The boys are trained from early age to be professional international hitmen for hire. So basically, that's what it is. He's a hitman for hire. Yeah, the scene in the beginning is in Nigeria, so say that it's racist. It's just a movie, guys. Remember that. This is just a film. People in Nigeria don't really cut people's arms off like that. That's more like in Saudi Arabia. But anyway, if you're looking for a mindless action movie that's not trying to be deep, that's short to the point, and it's not horribly edited like the Resident Evil sequels have been recently, this is a movie for you. And it is divisive. There is a scene, like I said, it's not really a rape scene, but a sexual assault. And I know that would piss off feminists. Oh my God, this movie's so sexist. They beat up a woman. How dare they? How dare they? It's not like Timothy Oliphant doesn't suffer too. He does get shot at and beaten up by guys too. But like I said, it's not a worse. This isn't even the worst movie he's done. He's done way worse than this in a starring role and in supporting roles. I thought he sucked in Die Hard 4 as the villain, tucking through his teeth. He doesn't do that here. I thought he was awful in that, but here he's pretty decent. And uh, Olga Kurylenko is hot. The action's there. It's short and it doesn't drag for 2 hours. Thank you very much. And it's well shot. It's well edited. The story's kind of interesting. I would like to play the game one day and just not compare and contrast, but just to see how it holds up. And if you've seen this movie and hated it, I'm like, I get it, guys. This isn't critically acclaimed, but that's not what I'm reviewing. This month, I'm reviewing divisive movies that have a fan base and people that hate it. That's just kind of the way it is. But this is Hitman, and it's decent for what it is. It's not horrible. I was expecting a lot worse, like horrible shaky cam and bad cuts and CGI blood. No, it wasn't that. It was entertaining for what it was. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. If you've never seen this movie, I would recommend to watch. If you've seen it on Netflix or on Vudu or something, it's not gonna. It'll kill 90 minutes. It's not too long, and the unrated cut is the way to go because it shows all the violence. Good God, does it ever? But yeah, it's fine. I didn't hate it. There are worse video game movies that came out in this decade. This was in '07, before the writer's strike. The fact that it even got made is better than nothing. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.